What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best WNBA player props on PrizePicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see we actually got 23 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. Now a lot of you comment wanting to see how many I got wrong, and I thought I'd show you in today's video. We actually got 2 picks wrong and got 23 right, which is a 97% win rate. Yes guys, you heard that right, 97% win rate. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get a 97% win rate and get 23 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which should be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $500 just yesterday, and another member who won $150 for the 5th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description, so go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group, and I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. So quick shout out to Takai who said cash, and also shouts out to Jackson Yusuf who said I'm taking your full ride today in a parlay, and if I strike I'll sign up to VIP again, which he actually ended up doing. So shouts out to them, and if you do want to win a shout out in the next video, all you have to do is comment down below in this video and like it, and you can be in the running to win a shout out in the next one. Alright, so let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're going to be talking about is none other than A'ja Wilson, and this one is for 10.5 rebounds, and this one actually is for less. Now looking at A'ja Wilson, we actually have seen her go on the under in 2 out of the last 5 games. Now this is definitely an interesting one because we have seen her on September 12th faced off against LA Sparks, actually had 19 rebounds there, then 8 rebounds against Seattle on September 15th, then on September 17th faced off against Seattle again, as this was playoff time already, had 13 rebounds there. Then in game 3 against Seattle actually had 5 rebounds on September 19th, and most recently had 13 rebounds against Indiana of game 1 of this series on September 22nd. So it's definitely been an exciting matchup for these teams. Now obviously coming into this matchup, it's definitely going to be a good one, but we do know when it comes to actually A'ja Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces, they have themselves a very good matchup against Indiana Fever. Now as we all know, this is playoff time, so there are only 2 games on for today. Now when we actually look at Indiana Fever and Aces, we actually find that Indiana are currently up in the series 1-0. But looking at their regular season rankings, we do also know, starting off with Las Vegas Aces did come second in the WNBA, but also became second in the Western Conference. Now they had a record of 30 wins and 14 losses. That's a 68.2% win percentage. They were also 17-5 from home, 13-9 from away, and are currently on, or were actually finished off with a 16-game win streak. Yes, you heard that right, a 16-game win streak. So you know, A'ja Wilson and the Aces were definitely on a roll. Now they have themselves a very good matchup against Indiana Fever, where Indiana Fever do come in at the 6th spot in the actual WNBA, but also had the 3rd spot in the Eastern Conference. Now they actually had a record of 24 wins and 20 losses, as a 54.5% win percentage, and on top of that they are 13-9 from home, 11-11 from away, and were on a 3-game win streak. So it's definitely been interesting to see there. Now obviously coming into this one, it's definitely going to be an exciting matchup for sure, but we do also know when it comes to actually A'ja Wilson and also the Las Vegas Aces, we do see that when it comes to Indiana Fever, when it comes to rebounds allowed, they actually do rank 4th. So they actually do a fantastic job at restricting rebounds, and that's a big reason why we do very much like the under for this situation here. Now, we did see in the most recent game against Indiana, yes, she did have 13 rebounds, but as I've always mentioned, you know, when it comes to game 1, sometimes you tend to see players, you know, do better or even do worse compared to what the more probable outcome is. That was just definitely one of those games. We definitely saw A'ja Wilson, you know, kind of beat her projected outcome, and that was definitely going to happen in game 1s, as both these teams are definitely getting used to each other. But we are expecting in this one, Indiana Fever are definitely going to come out with a different strategy and a different sort of strategy, especially against A'ja Wilson and the rebounding department. So for that reason, we do very much like the under for this one. When we look at our average over the last 5, yes, it is 11.6, but you do also have to remember matchups. That's what's most important. And when it comes to playoff time, it definitely even becomes more important, as each team definitely has their own strategies in order to stop the opposing. So, for that reason, coming into this one, we are expecting Indiana to come out with all their defense that they possibly can to restrict someone like A'ja Wilson as much as they can as well. So, A'ja Wilson, 10.5 rebounds for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, getting into the next one, we're actually going to be talking about another great player, and that is none other than actually Courtney Williams. So, Courtney Williams, as we all know, a great player for none other than actually Minnesota Lynx. Now, this one's definitely going to be an exciting one because this one is for 5.5 assists, and this one actually is for less. Now, looking at Courtney Williams, we actually have seen her go on the under in 3 out of the last 5 games. Now, looking at those 5 games, we do see on September 10th, faced off against Indiana Fever, had 5 assists there. Then September 12th, faced off against Golden State Valkyries, had 4 assists. 4 assists again against Golden State Valkyries on September 15th in Game 2. And then 7 assists against Golden State Valkyries again on September 18th. And then 7 assists against Phoenix on September 22nd. So, when it comes to Courtney Williams, we definitely have seen her, go on the under, as I mentioned, 3 out of the last 5. And it is playoff time as they face off against Phoenix Mercury. Now, looking at both these teams, obviously Minnesota Lynx face off against Phoenix Mercury. Now, so far this series, we actually do see Minnesota up 1-0. So they are looking to try to, close this out, get these wins in order to move on to the actual next round. They did very well as a team in that first game, but we do know, looking at where both of these teams do rank, Minnesota Lynx are the top team, or were the top team in the regular season. They actually had, the number 1 spot not only in the WNBA, but also in the Western Conference. They had 34 wins, 10 losses, has a 77.3% win percentage, was also 20-2 from home, 14-8 from away, and we're currently on a 1-game win streak, to finish off that season. Now, they face off against none other than Phoenix Mercury, as we mentioned, where Mercury do come in at the 4th spot in the WNBA. Not only that, but they also have the 3rd spot in the Western Conference, have 27 wins, 17 losses. That's a 61.4% win percentage, and also are 15-7 from home, 12-10 from away. And also did actually finish off the season with a 3-game losing streak. So definitely didn't really end too well for them. But looking at, Phoenix when it comes to them defensively, we do know Phoenix Mercury, when it comes to assists allowed, they do actually rank 6th. So they actually rank pretty well there. However, the reason why we do like the under for this situation here is also that Phoenix Mercury actually do a fantastic job at restricting assists to Courtney Williams' position, which is that guard position. So we are definitely expecting the under for this one. Obviously, we did see in their first matchup, we did see Courtney Williams get 7 assists there. But as I've always mentioned, guys and girls, when it comes to the playoffs, it is definitely a different sort of strategy between both of these teams. That game 1, anything can really happen. And because of that, we are expecting this team of Phoenix to make some adjustments in order for that not to happen again coming into this next one. So we are expecting those adjustments to be made, and when those adjustments are made, it's definitely going to have a huge effect there. So for someone like Courtney Williams, we do very much like the under for this situation here. And when we look at someone like Courtney Williams as well, we do also see when it comes to someone like her, we also do know that Courtney Williams has not only done a fantastic job there, but we also do know that Courtney has also, over the last 5 games has actually gone on the under more now, and her average over the last 5 is also 5.4. So yes, she does have her outlier type games, but coming into this next one, we are definitely expecting a little bit of a different story there. So for that reason, I definitely would keep an eye out for the under for this one. We are expecting Phoenix to make those adjustments and to have her go on the under in this case. So for that reason, Courtney Williams, 5.5 assists for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, getting into the next one, we're actually going to be talking about none other than actually Jackie Young. So Jackie Young, great player, and this one is a fantastic one for 4.5 rebounds, and this one is for less. Now, as I mentioned before, a lot of the games for actually today, well, there are only 2 games since it is playoff time, so there will be some overlap with the picks. But looking at Jackie Young, we have seen over the last 5 games, September 12th faced off against Los Angeles Sparks, had 5 rebounds there. September 15th faced off against Seattle, had 5 rebounds. Then September 17th faced off against Seattle again, had 5 rebounds there. Then September 19th faced off against Seattle in actually, a 2 rebound game in game 3, that is. And then 7 rebounds against Indiana Fever on September 22nd. Now, as we all know, when it comes to Las Vegas Aces, we do know who they face off against, as they actually do face off against none other than actually Indiana Fever. Now, we do know in this matchup, Indiana Fever are currently up. And just to remind you all as well, real quickly, obviously Aces do come in at the 2nd spot in the WNBA. On top of that, 2nd in the Western Conference. Now, they have a record of 30 wins, 14 losses. But over the last 10 games, they've actually had a record of 10-0. Now, they face off against Indiana Fever, where Indiana Fever have a 6th spot in the WNBA, but 3rd in the Eastern Conference. They have a record of 24 wins, 20 losses, but over the last 10 have actually had a record of 6-4. Now, we have mentioned this with the first pick with A'ja Wilson, but we do know Indiana Fever do actually rank very well. They rank 4th when it comes to rebounds allowed. And on top of that, we also do know when it comes to them, they also do rank very, very high in that actual category. Also when it comes to the guard position. So for that reason, we do very, very much like the under for this situation here. We definitely see someone like Jackie Young going on the under in this situation here. And we definitely see that happening, coming into this one, even though in the most recent game, we actually did see her go on the over. As I mentioned before, game 1s are definitely a little bit rough in a sense that anything can really happen. Teams are going to come out, try their best strategies in order to make that happen. But coming into this one, we are definitely expecting a little bit more of a different sort of outcome there. So for that reason, definitely would keep an eye out for the under for someone like Jackie Young coming into this game. And we definitely see her going on the under, especially with this matchup, as we do know that Indiana Fever are a great defensive team. But when we look at what the bookies are saying, bookies also are favored for the under as well. So Jackie Young, 4.5 rebounds, 4 less, I think is a fantastic pick.